I do, you bitches got a problem with it. Carry on. I take a shit, you got a problem with it. Carry on. Hey, you make it like it's about dude. You know it ain't about that. You know what the fuck you did, nigga. I don't hate you. You Muslim. But I'ma show you how great I am. Carry on. For the record, I am Muslim first. Where should I begin? I'm a general. I'm one of the men. ABPSN. I'm hospitable. Respect the grid, but we cannot be friends. Social media, I'm not promoting criminal intent. Big spinner, get the business deal when killer get consent. Whoever play don't want they family members. I'ma set a trend. Bow my head and say, astaghfirullah, forgive me for my sins. F-250, drop my hair, get off and whip up in a Benz. Downtown, Night Ward, Alabama, Russia Blade. Big Chief, send them things. Breadwinner, gunner gang. New Infinity and gunner face. How we discussing things. Hit me, Night Ward did it. Gon' have another son to raise. Niggas started acting like Big Brass ain't the truth out here. I done caught a body if a nigga wants some proof out here. Southside, Baton Rouge, standing up on France Street. Standing up on 12th Street. Big London package hand me. With Butch and Auto Evergreen. Standing up on Taft Street. Sold dope on Murder Street. St. Joseph, Abbott Street. Creighton Stewart, middle of the drought and he ain't texting me. Carolina Street supplying pressure, you can ask for me. Stroke Great Monte Carlo, hustle till my lungs collapse on me. Garfield Street, ex-Big Boy, George 24, Zippoline. B.O.N., I'm a big old nigga with that Mac on me. Zappa hard, 15 on our way in a rack of piece. They shot me down, broke my bone in half, it ain't no jacking me. Hospital, ankle pad, digit scale, dope in them bands on me. Shout out to God, no bodyguard, want my hat, he had plans for me. I was on my ass doing bad and dope boy had grab for me. Mall, I blew them stacks, paid him back and T. Newman grab for me. Bone like my hustle, I'm muscle, free agent drafted me. Honda car with Drinker moved discreetly with that strap on me. Accidentally turned down. Oakland, Cali sack on me. Fucking with the plug daughter, mama put that pack on me. No fire ton, no metal box, I'm coming with the stamp on me. Leaving Hammond with what's his name, sleeping, spilling act on me. Solo, I feel gangster reason presence in the back of me. Awalita spirit got the godmother backing me. Nigga murdered Mizey, I was gone, that shit had damaged me. Bodega Bams will tell you in New York that I got handling. Big Jigga tell you if I love you, anything you ask of me. Breadwinner, brave heart, ain't tripping about no brave team. Stalking, trying to choke something, ain't sticking like no Beijing. Curve boy, Trey, you know these niggas out here hate. Want me to suffer, melt my butter up and potato bake meal and killer. Listen, you hop in the streets, you know a lot gon' change when you a Gates. It's in your DNA, so you are not gon' change. Protect your sister, know what you believe, you gotta die this way. Once you go to jail, expect your bitch to play a lot of games. Even your clique, respect the way you build, a lot of not the same. Never rat, always mind the business, that's a the way. You a good friend, remember, you not friendly, you don't ride the way. Respect yourself and everything around you, we not trying to play. He who try, ain't no doubt about it, diving in his face. No surrender, no retreat, reply, bitch, you won't die today. Represent your tribe with your actions and your body language. Upright independent feelings, moving with all types of angels. 9,000 miles due east where the holy conversation. Muslim makes a lot, this all we got, you take your time with praying. Upright independent feelings, praises go to my creator. Upright independent feelings, we having a lot of paper. Upright independent feelings, even if my body's thinking. What else?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, as always, Miguel Magallon. And as always, President, Founder, CEO of Magallon Entertainment. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the one, the only, the motherfucking general. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, make my return for my birthday weekend. Thank you to everyone who reached out to me over my birthday weekend, sending me their prayers, sending me their blessings, you know what I mean? Sending me shots of Patron, shots of tequila, shots on ice. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you to everyone across the country and around the world who appreciated the general enough to say happy birthday to me this weekend. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the loyalty. I appreciate the support. You guys are some ride or die killers. Tonight, we're not talking about stocks. Tonight, we're not talking about Bitcoin. Tonight, we're not talking about crypto. Tonight, we're not talking about the economy. Tonight, we ain't talking about politics. Tonight, we're going to talk about life. Tonight, we're going to talk about this podcast. Tonight, we're going to talk about your future. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, I'm going to say some shit that's going to break some bones, hurt some fucking feelings, and I'm going to lose some fucking subscribers tonight. But the things I say tonight fucking matter. The things I say tonight are fucking true. The things I say tonight, fucking facts. The things I said tonight need to be fucking said. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let us begin. I want to start off by saying, in the coming weeks, I want to say in about like maybe 3-4 weeks from now, at the most, maybe like 2 months from now, but I'm probably thinking of doing this sometime, August, September. By the end of September, going into August, that'll probably be the latest I do it. But I'm really thinking about doing this over the next couple of weeks. And what I'm about to do is, I'm about to cut the entire subscriber base in half. Ladies and gentlemen, I am about to kick off half of all subscribers off the podcast here at Magallon Entertainment. And it's for several reasons, but a couple of the main reasons I'm going to start kicking people off the podcast and cutting this number in half. I told you guys, a couple of weeks ago, we reached, 70,000 subscribers across the country and around the world, over 30 countries around the world, 15 different time zones, it feels like. Just getting subscribers everywhere from South Korea to Australia, to New Zealand, Venezuela, Argentina, Brazil, Japan. You know what I mean? Shout out to all my subscribers in London. Shout out to all my subscribers in Paris. Shout out to all my subscribers in the DR. Shout out to all my subscribers in Mexico. Shout out to all my subscribers in Puerto Rico. Shout out to all my subscribers in Germany. Again, this podcast continues to go worldwide. It continues to become international. It continues to become a global phenomenon. And I appreciate all the love and loyalty and support I receive every single day from my day one subscribers, from my VIP subscribers, and from my ride or die subscribers. But the problem is, some of you guys are bitches. Like, straight up, some of you guys are bitches. And, I woke up, Sunday morning, got back, pen in the pad, started doing economic data reports, started looking at the stock market, started looking at crypto markets, starting to figure out what the Bitcoin whales are doing, starting to figure out what the hedge funds are doing, trying to figure out what the mutual funds are doing, trying to figure out what the smart money's doing, the professional money's doing, trying to figure out what the retail traders are doing, trying to figure out what like what's going on behind the scenes type of shit. Like, I'm doing my research, I'm on the grind, I'm out here putting in work. And then I open up my Gmail real quick, and I'm like, let me see what's going on over here. Let me see who has questions, who's trying to do this, who's worried about that. You know what I mean? So I open up my Gmail real quick, and I gotta be honest, like it's becoming annoying, and it's happening more and more and more. And some of you guys just won't shut the fuck up. Some of you guys just keep fucking bitching. Like little fucking pendejas. Like, straight up, guys. Some of you guys act like little fucking pendejas all fucking time. Just always complaining and complaining and complaining and bitching and complaining. And it's like every fucking day the market goes down, just nothing but fucking bitching and complaining. And then when the stock market goes up, you shut the fuck up. But then on Wednesday it goes back down, bitching and complaining. And then Thursday it goes back up, you shut the fuck up. Friday it goes back up, you shut the fuck up. Oh, but Monday it's down again. Oh, the bitching and complaining. And I'm like, I feel like from the jump, from the moment anyone signs up for this podcast, whether you're like homie recommends it, your best friend, your girlfriend, your baby mama, your uncle, your aunt, your tío, your tía, you know what I mean, your coworkers, like, the moment you start listening to my podcast for the first time, I feel like I make it real clear from the jump that this is about long-term investing. This is about the next 5 to 10 years, not the next 5 to 10 days, not the next 5 to 10 weeks, not even the next 5 to 10 months. This is like 5 to 10 year investing, because I want to compound your money year after year after year, interest on the motherfucking interest, just compounding your money, right? So one day you can make more money in the stock market than you do at work, and therefore you don't have to go to work anymore, because you make more money off your investments than you would if you showed up to work and collect a paycheck. And that's basically when you get to the point where, you know what I mean, you can walk away from work and just focus on your investments, because those are the ones that are making you the most money. You know what I mean? And I want to get you to that place of financial freedom and financial independence so you don't have to wake up at fucking 4 a.m. You don't got to wake up at 5 a.m. You don't got to wake up at 6 a.m. You ain't got to wake up at buttfuck 3 a.m. anymore to show up to work on time. You don't got to be in traffic for 2 hours. You don't got to sacrifice your weekend with your family and your kids because you got to go to work early on Monday, or you got to get shit done by Monday, or your boss called you in and you got to show up on Saturday. You know what I mean? I don't want you to be at home just fighting with your wife all the time because you guys aren't making enough money and the bills are coming up and you guys are trying to figure out how you're going to pay this, how you're going to pay that. You don't have enough money for this, trying to figure out what you're going to do about that. Like, I don't want you guys to live that life anymore. I don't want you guys to have that financial stress anymore. I don't want you to have that financial burden anymore. I don't want you guys to have those financial fights anymore. I want you to be able to just wake up and do what the fuck you want, when the fuck you want, because you write your own fucking paychecks. And I'm trying to show you the way, because that's just not going to happen overnight. It's going to take a couple of years of stacking and stacking and stacking and stacking, but you will get there, right? That's why I always send you guys those videos from Dave Ramsey about compound interest. Let that shit compound on compound on compound. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen tomorrow. It's not going to happen next month. But you got to start stacking now, because some of you guys have been procrastinating way too long. You know what I mean? Like, I know when you were 18, everyone said they were going to be a millionaire. But fuck, now you're 25, 27, 28, 29, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, 45, 46, 47, 48. And you're waking up every morning and you're like, fuck, I'm nowhere near close to retiring. I'm nowhere near close enough to retirement, like at all. I'm still miles and miles away. And that's why I'm trying to get you guys to start stacking. Stack aggressively, stack daily, stack weekly, stack monthly. Buy every fucking dip. Because it's not about how much it costs today. It's about what it's going to be worth 5 to 10 years from now. Because I want to get you to that point sooner rather than later, so you don't have to sacrifice your entire kid's childhood and never spend any fucking time with them because you're always busy at work helping someone else get rich. You know what I mean? Like, I want to help you get to that place in life. But some of you guys just keep fucking bitching about the market every fucking day like little bitches. And I'm like, you know, like, I don't know. It's weird because, like I said, some of you guys have been trying to get rich your whole life and you haven't done it yet. And you've been listening to this podcast 2-3 months and, oh my gosh, I'm not a millionaire yet. And you get frustrated. I'm like, you should be more frustrated with yourself than you are with me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is that shit about? But it really reminds me of 2021. You know, for those of you guys who've been listening to the podcast for over a year now, you guys remember, like, I started getting pissed off last year too. And I talked about this on my Bitcoin personal story. For those of you guys who listen to all the clips, you guys remember my Bitcoin personal story? I said there was a subscriber, and I'm not refusing to say his name, you know, because I want to watch for his feelings or anything. I just don't remember his name, but you know, I had a subscriber, whatever the fuck his name was, stupid motherfucker. And I remember last year, January, February of 2021, you guys can look up the stock chart. Women lie, numbers don't. Look up the stock chart for Tesla last year, 2021. And this motherfucker comes to me and says, yo, General, just started listening to the podcast. Love everything you're saying, bro. Shit just makes so much sense, bro. Yeah, whoop-de-whoop. I'm like, cool. All right then, bro. That's what's up. Keep investing. You know what I mean? And you know, keep buying all the dips. And one day, you're going to be making so much money on this compound interest that you're not going to need to go to work anymore. You're just going to be able to stay home, fuck your wife all day, and enjoy your kids. You know what I mean? Like, straight up, just live the life you want to live, right? You know, and hopefully we can get you to that place in life. And he's like, yeah, bet. And so he was like, you know, I got like $1,000 right now. I'm thinking about buying one share of Tesla. He's like, what do you think, General? And I'm like, I think you should do it. You know what I mean? Like, fuck it. You got $1,000. Tesla's like $990. You can buy one share of Tesla and own Tesla stock for the next 10 years. You know what I mean? Like, look at what Tesla's done the last 10 years. Trust me, I know, because I've been invested in Tesla for 8 years now. You know what I mean? So when we get to 2024, that's going to be my 10-year mark in Tesla. And let me just tell you, as someone that owns a lot of shares in Tesla, like, yeah, that was probably one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. You know what I mean? Does it mean that it was just up days only? No. You know, being invested in Tesla for the last 8 years, There was 100 times the stock collapsed 10% or more. There was 1,000 times it collapsed 20% or more. There was hundreds and thousands of times that Tesla fell 20, 30, 40, 50, 60%. And then a year later fell again 20, 30, 40, 50, 60%. And then a year later fell 20, 30, 40, 50, 60%. But at the end of the day, just being patient, being disciplined, understanding what I'm investing in and who I'm investing with, time and time again, new all-time high. A year later, new all-time high. A year later, new all-time high. A year later, new all-time high. You know what I mean? And I just watched my portfolio and I watched my investment in Tesla over the last 8 years, go from like a couple thousand to a couple tens of thousands to a couple hundreds of thousands. You know what I mean? And I'm doing it all in my Roth IRA. So that means like all these shares of Tesla I own, they're all tax-free gains. It's all tax-free profit because I'm doing it all inside a retirement account. That's all 100% tax-free from the IRS. You know what I mean? They're not going to be able to put their dirty ass hands on it. So, you know what I mean? To invest this much money, as I have for the last 8 years now in Tesla, and again, my 10-year mark's going to be in 2024, which is basically right around the corner. You guys know time flies like a motherfucker. You know what I mean? 2024 ain't shit. Feels like 2020 was just yesterday sometimes. So 2024 really ain't shit. Like, we're already halfway there. So, and I look at how much money, like I said, I've made in Tesla stock for 8 years now. And I remember every single time Tesla fell 20, 30, 40, 50, 60%. And every single one of those times, I just kept buying more, buying more, buying more, buying more, buying more, buying more. And then I look, at it later, 2 years later, 3 years later, 4 years later, 5 years later, 6 years later, 7 years later, 8 years later. No mames. I'm over there looking at the old me like, bro, what the fuck was wrong with you? Why didn't you buy more? What the fuck was wrong with you? But I bet if I talked to the old me back then would have been like, oh, I don't know. It keeps going down, man. I don't know. What if it's a bad idea? What if electric cars aren't the future? What if Elon Musk isn't as smart as people say he is? What if nobody even buys Tesla? What if Tesla's just for dumb people? What if Tesla's just for poor people? What if Tesla's never cool? What if this? What if that? And instead of just like trusting the technology, trusting the CEO, trusting the management team, trusting what was going on around the world, macro environment, I was questioning the investment because it kept going down for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months. And then the next year it went down again, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months. And then the next year it went down again, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months. And every time it went down, it didn't go down 5%. Fuck no. It would go down 20, 30, 40, 50, 60%. And then 2 years later, here comes another pullback, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60%. And I bet you if I talk to the old me right now, he probably had a valid reason for being nervous. He probably had a good reason for being hesitant. He probably had a really legit reason for being scared to pull the fucking trigger. But now the future me, 8 years later, is like, bro, you was a bitch. What the fuck was you doing? You know how much more money we would have in the portfolio if you didn't hesitate? Why the fuck did you hesitate? Don't blink, bitch. Don't fucking blink. The fuck is wrong with you? You know how much more money I would have right now if your bitch ass would have bought the dip harder back then? Damn, bro, you costing us money. We would have even more money than we do now if you just did what the fuck you were supposed to do. Fuck, bro. Why were you acting like a bitch back then? That's what me now would tell to old me back in 2014. I don't know where the fuck you guys were in 2014, but I know where I was in 2014. I remember where I was in 2014. And I'm looking at the old me in 2014 like, bro, have you seen how much these stocks have gone up since then? Have you seen how much Apple's gone up? Have you seen how much Microsoft has gone up? Have you seen how much Google's gone up? Have you seen how much Microsoft has gone up? Tesla, Facebook, Amazon? Have you seen Amazon stock since 2014? Damn, bro, you seen that shit lately? Bitcoin? Have you fucking seen Bitcoin since 2014? Are you fucking serious, bro? Why didn't you buy more back then, bro? I'm looking at the old me right now, America. I'm looking in the mirror, and I'm looking at the old me back in 2014, because, again, I know where I was in 2014. I don't know about you guys, but I remember the old me. I know some of you guys try to pretend, like you don't remember the old you, but you remember the old you. He was a loser back then, just like some of you still are today. I remember the old me, and I'm looking at the old me like, damn. If that motherfucker just did what he was supposed to do, we wouldn't be where we are today. We would be way fucking ahead in life. even further than we are now, you know? But if you go back and talk to the old you, you know what the old you would be saying? I don't know, bro. Are you sure? I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. You know what I mean? Like, questioning shit, hesitating, not really convinced. You know what I mean? Like, you just gotta put your foot up your ass, you know? And so, it's just frustrating. So, I was telling this subscriber, right? Getting back to the story. I was telling this subscriber, 2021, right? He had like $1,000 and shit. And he's like, I'm thinking about buying one share of Tesla. What you think, General? I'm like, fuck yeah, bro. I've been in Tesla for 8 years. Like, do you see how many thousands of shares I own of Tesla? Like, bro. Like, yeah, buy some fucking Tesla, bro. Do it. And he's like, okay, bro. Okay, yeah. All right. I'm going to do it, General. I'm going to do it. So the next morning, he buys a share of Tesla for like $1,000. Like $988 or some shit like that, right? And I'm like, all right, bro, good. Now, you're just going to hold this stock, and you're going to hold it for the next, 10 years, bro, because this is 2021. So I said, by the time we get to 2030, bro, Tesla stock, if they don't do a stock split, it's probably going to be over, 100,000 by then, bro. So, congratulations, you just made your first 100,000. Now, all you got to do is just wait until 2030, right? And that's just going to keep building over time, But, again, is it going to be volatile? Absolutely. Look, I've been in Bitcoin for how many years now? I've been in Tesla for how many years now? I've been in stocks and crypto for how many years now? I'm telling you, this shit is volatile as fuck. But in the end, what do we always say? Warren Buffett says that the patient and the discipline will always inherit the earth. Yeah, that's still true in stocks and crypto and anything. Real estate doesn't matter. It's true. It's all the same shit. You know what I mean? The disciplined, right? The discipline and the patient will always inherit the earth. So just be disciplined. It's going to be volatile over the next couple of years, but it doesn't matter, bro. Stay long term, stay committed, stay disciplined, stay focused, keep stacking more. You know what I mean? You bought one share of Tesla for $1,000, cool. Now start buying other shit. Buy some ChargePoint, buy some Neo. I don't give a fuck. Start stacking, right? He's like, all right, General, all right. He's like, I got this shit. I'm in it now. Now I know the way. So I was like, cool. And I thought we was on good terms. Here comes this motherfucker a month later. Oh, bro, this Tesla stock's like $920 now, bro. I'm like, yeah, I know. Buy some more. Or buy something else. Like, who gives a fuck? And he's like, oh, you right. Long term. You right. I'm like, cool. A month later, he's like, bro, this shit like $800 now, bro. I'm like, bro, I know what the fucking price is. You don't gotta remind me. Like, this motherfucker starts texting me every morning, bro, it's $812. Like, bitch, you don't think I know that shit? I manage over 400 fucking accounts here at Magallon Entertainment. You don't think I know what the price of Tesla stock is every fucking minute of the day? All I'm doing is fucking buying and selling in people's portfolios. I do this for a fucking living. Trust me, I know what the fucking price of Tesla is every day. You don't gotta text me in the morning. It's $812, bro. What the fuck are you talking about? Who gives a fuck? It's a 5 to 10 year investment. Who gives a fuck? I hear it, but I was like, stop, bro. You acting like a little bitch right now. Stop. Keep buying more stocks, okay? Stop buying beer, stop buying weed, buy more stocks. 5 to 10 years from now, you'll be a millionaire, and, you can go fuck off. There you go. A month later. Oh, bro, this is like $750 now, bro. I'm like, ay, Dios mío. Are you kidding me, bro? Look, you bought it when it was $980. Now it's like $750. I get it. You're down 20, 30%. Cool, bro. Cool. Who cares? It's a 5 to 10 year investment, bro. Who gives a fuck? I told them there was a time when I was buying Bitcoin or even Tesla stock. Stick with Tesla. There was a time when I was buying Tesla stock, and I remember that shit was this was before all the stock splits. This is before they did any stock splits. The stock used to be like $400. And 6 months later, it was $200. This is before all the stock splits. And I remember the stock fell from 400 to 200. And I was down like 50% in 6 months. And everyone on YouTube, and everyone on Twitter, and everyone on Facebook, and everyone on Wall Street Bets, and everyone on all these shows were saying, oh, this company, it's going to take a couple years to get to where they need to be. And, investors going to have to be patient because, it could still go down further. Yeah, it'll be worth more in the future, but I mean, who really wants to wait that long? You know what I mean? You're going to have to wait at least 2 years until this, and you're going to have to wait at least 3 years until this happens. And then this other thing that Elon says is going to happen won't happen for another 5 years. So, I mean, this is going to be a long time before investors really make a lot of money in this. And, there's probably better places to be for the next, couple months or whatever, because this is going to take a long time to make a lot of money, so it's only a good idea if you have a lot of time, but, people don't got time to waste. They want to make money now. And I remember they would say shit like that. And I remember I was still in college at that time, right? I think I was in community college. And I was like, man, I'm over here trying to get like my master's and my PhD. You know how long it takes to get a master's degree? You know how long it takes to get a PhD? Like, that shit takes fucking years, bro. Like, not weeks, not months. We're talking years to get a master's and a PhD, especially when you're just starting from scratch. You know what I mean? So I just got out the Marine Corps. I was starting community college. I wasn't even taking 100 level courses yet. I was taking like math 50, English 50, like, you know what I mean? Like basic ass, rudimentary, high school equivalent type of courses, trying to get my education back on track, trying to learn all the shit I forgot since I left high school. You know what I mean? Like, I'm starting to pursue my degree and shit. And, I'm trying to get like my master's in business, my master's in economics, and, get my PhD and all that. And I knew it was going to take a long time. But even though I knew it was going to take a long time to get my master's and my PhD, that, you know what I mean? Like, doesn't change the fact that I knew in order for me to get to where I wanted to be in life, I was going to have to put in the work. And I wasn't going to get a master's degree overnight. You know what I mean? Like, this ain't no University of Phoenix type of bullshit. Like, I knew it was going to take me a while. I knew it was going to be a grind. I knew it was going to be a lot of courses. And I knew a lot of the courses were going to be hard. And it was going to be a journey. But again, I knew if I wanted to make the kind of money that I wanted to make, if I wanted that 6-figure job, if I wanted to work for the Fortune 500, if I wanted to be a top executive at a Fortune 500 company, if I wanted that life, New York City, riding up and down Manhattan in a Maserati, I want that type of shit where I show up to every work with a $1,000 business suit on type of shit. You know what I mean? Aston Martin type of shit. Like, I want that penthouse suite in New York City. If that's the life I want in business America, I got to get my education. And getting the bachelor's degree isn't enough. You got to get the master's or the PhD, depending on what the major is, right? And I knew it was going to be a long journey. I knew it was going to fucking be, a long-ass mission. I knew that from the jump. But I also knew this is what I had to do to get to where I wanted to be in life. This is one of the things I had to go through because everyone else went through the same thing. So I understood that. I knew that. I didn't shy away from it. I didn't back down from it. I just came from the Marine Corps infantry. All we do is fucking pull triggers. So trust me, I'm ready to die for this shit. Because that's the only way I'm going to be able to provide the life for my family that I want to fucking provide them with. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't leave the Marine Corps to work minimum wage. I didn't leave the Marine Corps to go back to the crack house. I didn't leave the Marine Corps to go back to the hood. I didn't leave the Marine Corps to be fucking poor again. I didn't leave the Marine Corps to be paycheck to paycheck ever fucking again. I left the Marine Corps because I want to make 6 figures a fucking year. I left the Marine Corps because I want to get a job that one day will give me a career, that one day will get me to the point where I can be a multi-millionaire. That's why I fucking left. I left so I can live the life that I wanted to live, to give the life to my family that I wanted to be able to afford them, to accomplish the goals that I fucking set out for myself in life. And so I knew if this is what I got to do to get to that place in life, then fuck it. This is what I got to do. I got to be a man. I got to man the fuck up, shut the fuck up, and put in the fucking work. Stop fucking bitching. Stop fucking complaining. Put your head down and fucking grind. So I understood that. I understood that all too well. So I said, fuck it. If I can survive boot camp, if I can survive infantry school, if I can survive fucking Afghanistan, if I can survive the Marine Corps infantry, if I can survive all the bullshit I went through, you know what I mean? In the military, then I can survive fucking going to community college. I can survive getting a bachelor's. I can go into grad school and be one of the top hunters. Like, I felt like if I can do that shit, then I'm unstoppable. You know what I mean? Like, nothing's going to stop me. Because I'm going to fucking push through everything. I'm going to murder everyone. This is my time now. The fucking takeover. You know what I mean? So I remember like having that military mentality, that aggressiveness, that fucking eagerness, that fucking just, I'm still in survival mode. I'm giving it everything I got because this is the only way I can get what I want, to be able to give my kids what I want, to be able to be the man that I promised my wife that I was going to be. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't marry my wife and tell her, hey, babe, just so you know, we're going to be broke as fuck our entire life and our entire marriage. But, you know what I mean? I love you. You know what I mean? Like, no, when we got married, I said, one day I'm going to make it, babe. You know what I mean? And I know times are hard now. I know we're on food stamps. I know we're on WIC. I know we're on fucking subsidies. I know it's hard for us. I know I can't get you the nice shit you want. I know we can't go out every weekend. I know I can't get you the nice fancy things yet. But I'm going to school right now. I'm going to get this education. And then when I do, I'm going to get that job that eventually leads to a career, that eventually leads, to actual big money, 6 figures. And, we're not going to get there. I'm not going to get there, this year or next year, but eventually I'm going to get there. And when I get there, I promise you, I'm going to pay you back everything that I feel like you deserve, that I can't get you that shit now, but in the future, I know I will, and some. And you know what I mean? Like, I know marriage ain't an investment, but like, you know what I mean? At the same time, I understand you're giving me the best years of your life, and you're giving me the kids that I always wanted. So fuck that shit. When I get there, when I get fucking paid, when I get to that place that I want to be in life, when I get to the mountaintop, trust me, you're going to be by my side, and I'm going to give you everything that's on that mountain. You know what I mean? Because you're the one that's supporting me. You're the one that's riding with me. You're the one that's got my back. You know what I mean? You're the one helping taking care of the kids while I'm out here trying to, you know what I mean, accomplish these goals and chase these dreams. You're the one out here, being the best mom you can be, always being there to support me, always telling me that, you know what I mean, you believe in me when nobody else would. So trust me, when I get there, when I get to the fucking top, you're going to be right there with me. So, like I understood it as a sacrifice, and I didn't back down from that shit. Because I said, if I'm ever going to get there, I'm going to have to go through this. This is the journey I have to start. So I pursued my education. I pursued that shit aggressively. I pursued that shit relentlessly. I pursued that shit violently. You know what I mean? I didn't take no fucking bullshit 12 units a year or 4 classes a semester. I was taking like 7, 8, 9 classes a semester. I was taking 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 units a semester. You know what I mean? For those of you guys who've gone to college or are in college right now, you know how fucking insane that shit is. Ain't no 4 classes a semester. I was taking 7, 8, 9 classes a semester. I was on campus from 6 a.m. to about 11 p.m. I'll say that shit again. I was on campus from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. I didn't leave campus until I fucking almost passed out. I didn't stop studying till I fell asleep on the couch. Like, I didn't stop taking classes till my fingers felt like they were broken. Like, I was fucking a monster. But I knew that's what I had to be. I knew that's the type of work mentality and ethic that I had to have. Because you're not about to show up to law school or business school or graduate school or a PhD program and think you're going to get there being half-assed and lazy. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta be a killer with that shit. You gotta be ready to go. You gotta come in locked and loaded. Guns fucking blazing. Fingers on the trigger. No safety on. Fully fucking locked in. And so that's why I pursued education and everything in life with just 100% aggressiveness, ruthlessness, determination. And at times, yeah, it feels fucking violent than a motherfucker. But you know what? If you're not ready for life, life's a bitch and she'll beat your ass down. So you better be fucking ready for that shit. So that's the type of shit I was on. And when I started making these investments back in the day, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, and I'm making all these investments year after year after year after year after year, just dumping everything I could in my portfolio. Again, it wasn't a lot of money, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 a year. It wasn't a lot of money. But you know what? That shit just kept compounding on compounding on compounding on compounding. It took me a long fucking time to break 100,000. But once you break that 100,000 back, oh my God, when you break that 100,000 mark, that's when the money starts getting stupid. You know what I mean? Like, that's when you really hit a milestone right there. And, it just takes that commitment and that determination and that fucking grit to know the path from 1,000 to 100,000. That shit don't happen overnight. That shit's not easy. You know what I mean? Like, you're not even supposed to do that when you're in your 20s. Most like investors don't break 100,000 till like sometimes not even until they're like in their late 30s and shit. You know what I mean? Sometimes even in their early 40s, it takes them to break 100,000. So for me to want to be able to do that in my mid 20s, like it took a lot of fucking sacrifice. It took a lot of commitment by me. But I just kept dumping and dumping and dumping. And again, it wasn't that much money. Some months it was 500. Some months it was 200. Some months like December, it was zero because I had to buy Christmas presents for my kids. And I knew I wouldn't have any money to buy the dip in December. I also knew I wouldn't have the money to buy the dip in February because I got to get the fucking Valentine's Day gift. You know what I mean? And sometimes I went expensive for Valentine's. Other times I couldn't. But I always knew I probably wasn't going to have a lot of money left over in February. I wasn't going to have a lot of money left over in December because of Christmas. Like I knew there were going to be months out of the year I wouldn't be able to contribute to my account. There was going to be times out of the year because my kid's birthday, my daughter's birthday, our anniversary, Christmas, the quinceañera. Like there's always something that comes up. And I knew there were going to be months where I wouldn't have the ammo. I wouldn't have the funds necessary to put into my account. And that's okay. Because I said, you know what? That's cool. I got next month and I got the month after that and I got a month after that. Because even if I can't put money into my portfolio for like 1 or 2 months, that doesn't put me down. Because I know I got years and years and years of investing because I'm going to invest the rest of my life. Again, the goal is you make so much money every year on your investments that you make more money from investing than you do from work. You know what I mean? And so some of you guys see like these people on TV that have like $100 million portfolio, $200 million portfolio, $300 million portfolio, and they could make like $9 million in a day in the stock market. You guys act like they got there like in 1 week. You act like they got there overnight. You act like it got there when they were 19. Fuck no, it took a long ass time. You know? But I bet you if you ask them, was it worth it? Was all those fucking dips worth it? Were all those bear markets worth it? Were all those recessions worth it? I mean, I'm not saying it didn't come with stress, but the question is, was it worth it? And I bet you if you ask every single one of those multi-millionaires on Wall Street, sitting on 9 figures right now, driving their Lamborghinis up and down Wall Street Boulevard, I bet you if you ask them right now, was it worth it? I bet you they would look you dead in the fucking eyes and say, damn fucking right it was. You know what I mean? So, again, doesn't mean it didn't come with sacrifice. Doesn't mean it didn't come with turmoil and turbulence and fucking headaches and anxiety and frustration and being upset and being pissed the fuck off. No, there was plenty of times they went through that shit over and over and over and over and over again. But the reason they got to where they are now, sitting on 9 figures, making $9 million a day in the stock market, is because they were able to maintain one thing: their discipline, their commitment, and their focus. And they always remembered what the long-term goal was, what the long-term mission was. And they never lost sight of that. And that's why they are where they are now. Driving $200 million yachts in the ocean, taking their family to Italy. You know what I mean? Didn't happen overnight, and it wasn't easy. It was stressful as fuck. But the path was always worth it to them. And that's like the path I'm on, and the path I'm trying to put you guys on. But then I get like subscribers and shit blowing me up every day. Miguel is down 20%. Miguel is down 10%. I'm like, yo, bro, pull that tampon out your pussy. I'll stop acting like a bitch. Like, just shut the fuck up. I know it's down 20%. You know how many times Tesla's been down 20% over the last 8 years? Like 800 fucking times. Oh, Bitcoin's down 50%. It's been down 50% like 50,000 times in the last 10 years. Look at the stock chart. Zoom in every year. It was down 50% in 2017, down 50% in 2018, down 50% in 2019. 2020, it fell from 10,000 down to 3,000 in March of 2020. Last year, it fell from 70 to 30. Every year, it's a 50% pullback. And guess what? Every year, it's a buying opportunity. Because then you zoom out 2-3 years later, here we go again, another bull run. And then the only question you're asking yourself is, fuck, why didn't I buy it 2-3 years ago when it was cheaper? And I went through that with Tesla. I went through that with Apple. I went through that with Microsoft. I showed you guys on the Google chart. Look at Google stock in 2018, 2019. I remember that shit like the back of my hand. January 2018. Stock was what, 1,200? I know, I have it memorized. And then all of a sudden you get to April 2018, that shit goes down to 1,000. And then it goes back up to 1,200. And then by August, September of 2018, guess what? Back down to 1,000. And then it goes all the way back to April of 2019. Guess what? Back up to 1,200. And then guess what? Back down to 1,000. And as someone who was invested in Google stock back then, you know what I kept telling myself and my friends? Bro, Google's not going anywhere. YouTube isn't going anywhere. Gmail isn't going anywhere. Business software enterprise isn't going anywhere. I know we haven't made money on Google in 2 years, but one day it's going to be worth more than it is now. Some of them listened, so some of them told me fuck off. Next thing you know, Google ran from 1,200 to 3,000. No big deal. So the point of all this is just like, some of you guys got to remember, like, this is always long-term investing. And guess what? Here's the bad news. I'm going to just tell you the bad news now, so you stop asking me. Bitcoin's going to have a dip this year. Oh, look, it happened already. But guess what? Next year, Bitcoin's going to have another dip. And the year after that, Bitcoin's going to have another dip. And the year after that, Bitcoin's going to have another dip. And the year after that, Bitcoin's going to have another dip. And the year after that, Bitcoin's going to have a dip after that. And guess what? 7 years from now, Bitcoin's going to have another dip. 9 years from now, there'll be another Bitcoin dip. That's why every time you go online, these people say, one day Bitcoin's going to be $1 million and it's going to go fall to 500,000, and people are still going to bitch and complain then. And they're right. They're absolutely right. One day Bitcoin will be $1 million. It'll fall to 500,000, and everyone's going to tell me it's the end of the world and it's the stupidest investment ever. That's why now, even though Bitcoin's like 20 G's, guess what? There are people out there that remember when it was $20. There was people out there that remember when it was $200. There was people who remember back in 2018 when that shit was like $3-4 grand. And they just like, the longer you've been in investing, the longer you've been in real estate, the longer you've been in crypto, the longer you've been in stocks, the more of this fucking stupid ass shenanigans you've seen, and the less it phases you. You're just like, it don't scare me no more. It's not scary. I'm not afraid of the boogeyman. I am the motherfucking boogeyman. You know, because I'm the thing that Bob's the most afraid of. I'm the thing that worries Bob the most. I'm a long-term investor that doesn't lose focus. I don't get rattled. I don't get shaken. I don't get spooked out the market. My AK is fully loaded. And I'm never going to stop pulling the trigger. That's what Bob's afraid of. So to me, I'm looking at all this shit, America, and I'm just like, who gives a fuck? Because 5 to 10 years, I know what I'm going to tell myself. Because I know what I'm telling me from 8 years ago. I'm looking at the old me 8 years ago. I'm looking at the old me 10 years ago. I'm looking at shit. I'm looking at the old me 5 years ago. Look at where you guys were 5 years ago. And I'm looking at the old me 5 years ago going, bro, you might not know this right now, but 5 years from now, this whole world is going to look different. And these stocks that are changing the world today are going to still be the stocks that are changing the world tomorrow. Keep buying some more. And I wish I can go back to the old me back in 2017 and tell the old me in 2017, like, bro, you need to keep buying Apple stock right now. Bro, you need to keep buying Google stock. Bro, you need to keep buying Bitcoin right now. Bro, you need to keep buying Tesla right now. Bro, you need to keep buying X, Y, and Z right now. I wish I could tell the old me that back in 2017, but I can't. Right? So now I'm got to sit here and I got to think about the future me. And I got to think, what does the future me in the year 2027, 2028, what is he thinking right now? Like, imagine if you can go, everyone always talks about going back in time. Fuck that shit, bro. Think about going forward in time. That's how you become a millionaire. Poor people always think about the past. Rich people always think about the future. So right now, America, what I want you to do is I just want you to take a few moments. And I really want you to think about this. If you can go forward in time for one fucking day and meet the future you in the year 2027, 2028, 5 years from now, if you can meet the future you and you can go forward in time and spend one day with him, one day with the future you, what do you think he would tell you if you got to spend a day with him? Like, honestly, if you can go forward in time and meet the you for 2027, 2028 and spend an entire day with him, what do you think he'd be telling you right now? He'd be telling you to finish your education. He'd be telling you to finish getting your certifications. He'd be telling you to get more licenses. He would be telling you to get in shape. He would be telling you to not be scared or worried about what people think, because 5 years from now, you won't even remember those people because you won't even be hanging out with them. He would be telling you to keep investing as much as you can because the future looks a lot different than it does in the past. He would be telling you to keep being disciplined and focused and committed and not losing sight of your goals. Right? Because I doubt, like, I might be wrong, America. I just have this feeling inside my stomach. Like, I have this feeling inside. I could feel it in my bones. I don't think that if you spent an entire day with the future you in 2027, 2028, if you could spend an entire day with him or her, I don't think that one of the things he would say or she say, I don't think what you would tell yourself is, bro, you really need to smoke more weed, bro. That's what you should do, man. Man, when you go back in time, bro, you should smoke more weed. Or, bro, you know what I wish I could have done more of? Bro, you should get fucked up more. You should drink more beer, bro. Man, that's one thing I wish I did more when I was younger. When I was younger, I wish I drank more. I wish I smoked more. I wish I was fucking around with hood rats more, bro. Yeah, man, I wish I could go do that again when I was younger, man. Yeah, when you go back in time, bro, make sure you fuck around with those conkas more, man, bro. That's the best decision you could make. When you go back in time, make sure you kick it with the homies more, bro. You're not gonna regret it, man. I'm telling you, go back in the day, go kick it with the homies more, man. They always led to great decisions. I don't think that's what the future you would be telling you right now. If you can go forward in time, I don't think that's what you would tell yourself. Right? Same thing, if you can go back in time and talk to the old you 5 years ago, would you be telling the old you 5 years ago, keep fucking around with these hoes, keep fucking around with these burnt-ass homies, keep smoking out on the weekends, keep drinking every time you get a chance? You think that's what you would tell the old you 5 years ago? No. So what the fuck makes you think that's what the future you would tell you now? He wouldn't, would he? And yet that's the same fucking thing you guys continue to do. And so I'm trying to help you on this path of becoming the person you want to be, the person that you should be, the person that you said you were going to be, the person that you promised your wife and your kids that you were going to be. You keep talking all this big game. You keep talking about where you're going to be in life, where you're going to go in life, how you're going to get there. But you guys aren't doing the shit that it takes. You guys aren't making the sacrifices. You guys aren't being committed. You guys aren't being disciplined. No, you're not. Instead, you're emailing me every fucking morning acting like little fucking pendejas. Miguel, that's the $740. Bitch, the fuck that got to do with the future you? The future you don't give a fuck about that shit. The future you want to know why you ain't buying more. That's what the fuck he want to know. Not over there, 740 is down 50%. It was down 50% last year, down 50% the year before that, down 57% the year before that, down 50% the year before that, down 50% the year before that. 5 years ago, Bitcoin was $300. 10 years ago, Bitcoin was 30 cents. What the fuck are you talking about? So, moral of the story is, stop acting like a bitch and think about the future you, because that's what life's about. It's not about you versus him versus her versus that other guy versus that other bitch-ass motherfucker. It ain't got nothing to do with that. What it's about is the future you versus the old you. And right now, you're the middleman. Right now, you're in the fucking middle. Look at who you were 5 years ago. And look at who you want to be 5 years from now. And stop fucking emailing me about what the fucking price is today. Look at what the price is 5 years ago, and look at what the price probably will be 5 years from now. Understand the technology. Read a fucking earnings report. Go on Google. Go on YouTube. You know what I mean? Spend 5 minutes researching this shit. Think about this shit. Think about the way the world is going and where the world is going to be. Look at what companies are doing today that's going to transform the world and transform the way we live our lives in this world. And think about where the world is 5 years from now. Not 5 days from now, not 5 weeks from now, not 5 months from now, 5 years from now. Because when you talk about real estate, when you talk about crypto, when you talk about stocks, when you talk about Bitcoin, it's never in terms of 5 days, 5 hours, 5 minutes, 5 weeks, 5 months. It's about 5 to 10 years. It's about how much money you want to make in the future. It's about what kind of life you're going to have in the future. It's going to be about what type of life you can provide for your family, your kids, your grandkids, your great-grandkids, and your great-great-grandkids. It's about leaving behind a family legacy. It's about leaving behind a fucking legacy that matters. You know what I mean? Rich people pass down legacies. Poor people pass down debt. I'm trying to show you the fucking ways, trying to show you the path, trying to put you on this journey. But some of you just won't let me fucking help you. Some of you just act like bitches all fucking day. So with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, look. I'm going to move forward this week. I'm going to talk about some more stocks to help us out through this recession that are going to make money in this economic downturn that we find ourselves in that won't even matter 5 years from now. But I'm going to give you guys some swing trades this week. Tomorrow night, I'm going to give you the 2 biggest swing trades in my portfolio. And then the rest of the week, I'm going to give you other potential swing trades that can help boost your portfolio performance from now until the rest of the year. And after that, that's it. In the coming weeks and in the coming months, I'm going to cut off half the subscribers off this podcast. That's it. I'm cutting subscribers off. Because some of you guys just won't stop bitching. Some of you guys won't stop complaining. Some of you guys just don't understand what the fuck we're doing here at Magallon Entertainment. And no matter how many times I try to tell you this is long term, or how many times I need to tell you to stop spending your money on stupid shit and use that money to invest in your portfolio, some people just won't listen, and that's fine. Not everyone meant to be a millionaire. I always say that shit. Some people are just meant to be poor. And that's okay. Because you know what? Someone has to pick up my trash on Friday mornings. Somebody's got to deliver my food at the fucking restaurant. Somebody's got to pick up the trash at the casino. Somebody's got to clean the toilet at Jack in the Box. Somebody's got to do that shit. Might as well be them and their kids. Fuck it. But if you don't want that for you, you don't want that for yourself, you don't want that for your wife, you don't want that for your kids, you don't want that for your grandkids, then you know what you have to do. You have to invest today to secure a future for tomorrow. And it ain't that hard. It just requires something that very few people have. Patience, commitment, discipline. It's not hard, but it's hard to find. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, moving forward, I'm going to give you a few more swing trades, 2 biggest swing trades in the portfolio coming out tomorrow. Then after that, rest of the week, tell you what some other good potential swing trades are for the portfolios from now until the end of the year in regards to this economic downturn, this recession. You want to know what's going on with this recession? Listen to the waves of the recession. And then after that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out. I'm leaving. I'm going to go enjoy a really good vacation with my family. You guys keep wondering why I keep going on vacation, why I keep taking time off. Because that's why I was buying the dips 8 years ago for. I live my life today because I was buying those dips 10 years ago. I was buying those dips 7 years ago. I was buying those dips 8 years ago. I was buying those dips 5 years ago. Right? That's why I did it all those years ago. So I can enjoy moments like today. To be able to say I'm going to leave for 2-3 weeks and go enjoy living some other part of the world. I'm going to go do my Euro step. I'm going to go on a beach somewhere. I'm going to go on an island somewhere. I'm going to go travel somewhere. And I'm not even using my own money. I'm using Bob's money. Because that's why I stack so much. That's why I stack so hard. That's why I bought every dip. Was it frustrating? Yeah. Was it irritating? Yeah. Were there some days I was just pissed the fuck off? Absolutely. Were there some day where I was just losing my shit because I couldn't believe I was down 40-50% 7-8 years ago? Oh, abso-motherfucking-lutely. Were there days where it was just borderline depressing? Yeah. But talk to every multi-millionaire on Wall Street and ask them if they've ever gone through it. They'll tell you, yeah. Then ask them, was it worth it to keep buying those dips and going through that frustration and that fucking irritation and that stress? Ask them if it was worth it. They'll also tell you, yeah. So I know where I want to be in life. I know where I want to go in life. I know what I want to do in life. And I know how I want to live my life. And I know how you guys want to do it too. I know you guys know what the fuck I'm talking about. But some of you guys just don't have what it takes. Some of you guys are just bitches. So moving forward, I'm going to start cutting subscribers off the podcast. If you guys aren't showing me you're committed, you guys aren't showing me that you guys fucking at least appreciate what I'm doing, have support for the general, at least fucking, you know what I mean? Like the podcast, I mean, fuck, something. Why the fuck should I bother? Some people are just meant to be poor forever. They've been poor their whole fucking life. And they'll continue to be poor. That's okay. Not everyone's meant to be rich. But for those of you who are, you guys know what to do. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for listening to the one, the only, the motherfucking general. Magallon Entertainment!
All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look, all my life, been grinding all my life. Yeah. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look, I'm married to this game, that's who I made my wife. Said I die alone, I told that bitch she probably right. One thing that's for sure, not a stranger to this life. Got a safe that's full of Franklins and a shoulder full of stripes. I don't know a nigga like myself. I say self-made, meaning I design myself. County jail fade, you can pull my file yourself. Spot rage, swallow rocks, I'm getting high myself. Nah, damn right I like the life I built. I'm from West Side 60, shit I might got killed. Standing so tall, they think I might got stills. Legendary baller like Mike, like Will. 96 Impala, thug life on wheels. Up against the wall, squabble at Fox Hills. Like a motherfucking boss, ask me how I feel. Successful street nigga touching them first meals. Whoa, all my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look, all my life, been grinding all my life. Yeah. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look, I got everything I said I was gonna get on my kid. In addition to that fact, I went legit. I'm the shit now, according to the way that I'm positioned. In this Benz, it look like I'm just gonna keep on getting rich. Know them West Side RSCs is us. LAPD on my dick, I'ma squeeze and bust. If a rap nigga did switch cheese and bust. All this rap money, nigga, look, I need too much. Money, loyalty, and love, in the dream we trust. You'll be switching up the players on your team too much. Tiny Copy, that's my low, Young Supreme, what's up? And we travel around the world getting cream or what? Ain't you get off on whoever hustles seem to rush? Las Vegas strip pop, yeah, you creeped them punks. After all that looking tough, all he seen was stunts. 50 Cent and Mayweather flee the scene with us. True story. All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look, all my life, been grinding all my life. Yeah. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look.